So first things first, I'm going to make sure I've got enough materials to do the job that I want to do. So I am just going to cut out my long bit. So, cut out my bits. I know I've got enough material to do everything that I need it to do. What I'm going to start doing now is cutting it to the right size and sticking it all together. Now, I'm going to be doing this laminated curve, so it's nice and strong. And by laminating, I mean you take two pieces of card and we're just going to stick them together. We're going to use wood glue, but we could use double-sided sticky tape. Worst case scenario, we could even use Pritt Stick, but I don't have to because I've got the wood glue, so I'm going to stick with that for the second. Thing to remember about laminating, and we'll get to this again in a second, but obviously when you want to laminate something and you want it to be a curved structure, you curve it and then you glue it in the curve. What you don't do is you don't glue it and then curve it. I'm going to start with the shelter roof. Now obviously I know the measurement of that, and I know that it is 55mm across, and so half of that is 27.5, so I know that's the radius of that curve, but I don't have a compass, so rather than blind panic, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find something which matches that. So here I am back again, and been looking around for something that would match my curve. I found a couple of things. One, I found some sticky tape. This is about the right size. I know that it's got to be about 55mm diameter, and this is 60, so push, I'd probably get away with that. I wouldn't tell anybody, but better still, I found this candle. It's like a shot glass, and measuring that, it is spot on my dimensions that I need. So I can take that and I can now cut out my shapes. So handy little things when you're doing this sort of stuff is little serendipitous moments. So I found my candle shot glass format which matches the end of my roof curve. I also know that for my roof here that it's 210mm, which is an A4 piece of paper, so I can just put my thing down on an A4 piece of paper and mark my line, so I know that that's right. Those little moments are always kind of nice. So I can just take my candle, again just going to draw around. Now I have to do it again, because I'm just going to laminate this one directly on top of this one. I'm not going to cut this one out separately. I'm going to glue this one onto this one and then cut it out afterwards. That way I get a nice even cut and I'm not desperately trying to make sure that two things line up. Okay, so let's do that. One roof. Now I've got to do my sides, so I need to measure them to 43 up, and then I need to form them into my ovals. So, get on with that. Now, to make them into this oval, I am going to wrap it around a former, and I'm going to have to make sure that when I wrap one round former, the other one laps in a different position, so the two joints are on opposite sides, which makes it stronger. But obviously I need something to wrap it around, so I can't just do it by eye, so I need to go and find something that I can wrap it around. And here we are again, and I have found this, oh bless IKEA, an IKEA potato masher. So first thing I'm going to do is just tidy up a little bit and then laminate my curves. So before I laminate, one thing that I'm going to need to get right is I need to get right the thickness between these two pieces. Now I know that that is 22mm, but I need it to be long and straight, so that when I stick these two pieces together I'm going to get a nice parallel joint. That gets a little bit tricky when I don't have pieces of timber lying around and that sort of stuff, so I looked around for something that I can use, and I found a book. I've read it, so I'm not so worried about it. It's okay if you've got a dog. It has about, how many pages? It's about 280 pages, which seems to make it about 22mm, so that's quite handy. And what I am going to do first off the bat is I am going to firstly trim this edge. And I want these joints to be in different places, so roughly halfway between the two, which is about there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue under that one, stick it down, and then I can use this former, wrap them both around that, and then I'm going to use my book in between like that, and then I'm just going to let that side dry, then I can do the other side, and everybody is getting to be happy and it's all going to look ace. Okay, I'm going to get on with that and I will speak to you soon. So that's one side done and dry. Nice and strong. Now I've got to do the other side. You want to give it a good hour to dry really, so it's plenty of time to go and do something else. Need to just make due to a minor technical fault, we lost a bit of video back there, but just a quick heads up on what happened in your absence is that after preforming that, to get the distance between the two things so that I knew that the spacing was going to be right for my bus shelter, I cut out just a piece of corrugated card that was the right width for the length of the bus shelter, which is 180 for my bus shelter. So I just cut that out so that when I form these around they would meet, and I can mark it on that point there, cut it, stick it together, and then hopefully you end up with that. So now I'm just going to glue my roof onto my shelter walls, so that I can make sure that these stay parallel while I'm gluing it down. I just cut that piece of corrugated card that I was using to the right size, and I just sort of shaped it so that'll fit in there nice and snug, so that it holds that shape for me. Just going to mark out the inside of this. As you can see, it's 15 either side for me. Hopefully that's right. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around those. Leave that for 15 minutes, come back, and then you've got your bus shelter and you can start cutting it and designing with it.